Hey, welcome back, Year 4s. In today's lesson, we're going to be creating a column chart using the Keynote app. The reason we create charts or graphs is so we can better interpret and analyse the data that we have collected from our last experiment. So first, I'd like you to move down to your Launchpad and open up your Keynote app, which looks like this. But if you can't find it, move up to your search bar and type in Keynote. Let's try that again. Now for our chart, we'd like to just put it on a nice plain white slide. So just click the white slide and move down to the choose button. Click that and this is what should come up. And to get the nice plain white slide, we want to get rid of these extra text boxes that are here. So to do that, we click on the white slide, move across to our slide layout, and uncheck the title box and the body box. So now we can start adding the chart. To add a chart in Keynote, it's very easy. We want to look for the chart button that is at the top. So last lesson we used the table button. This time, we want to select the chart button. So click on chart and you'll be presented with a different variety of charts that you can choose from. Column charts, bar charts, pie charts, linear charts, all different sorts of charts. But for today, I would like you to choose the first one, being a column chart. So once you click that, you'll have a column chart pop up on the screen, ready to use and add your data to. So the first thing we'd like to do is add a title so we know what is in our graph. So add a title, just click on your graph and move across to chart options and select title and you should see it pop up on the top there. Click on the text box and type in a title that best represents what your chart is representing. So my friction experiment. The next thing we want to do is add titles to both our y-axis, which runs from top to bottom, which will be our height in centimeters, and also we want to add a title to our x-axis, which runs left to right at the bottom. So to add a title to our y-axis, we click on the chart, look at the axis tab, click on Y value, move to axis options and check the axis name box. And you'll see that now you have a title text box pop up on the left hand side. Click on this and type in height in centimeters. So next thing we want to add is our title to our x-axis, which is the line running from left to right at the bottom. So to do this, click on your chart and move down to edit chart data. So because we only tested one variable in our experiment last lesson, we want to get rid of this extra row. So move your mouse over the green part, click on the arrow and delete row. So now we have one variable ready to use. So what we were testing last lesson was the surface material. So we type that in the first box. And I'd like you to now move over to the top right hand corner and select the three vertical lines that say plot column as series. Once you check that, you'll notice that the columns change color and now it's ready to add your materials. So to add the materials and the data, you can stay in this text box and we want to start adding our first material. So our first material was wood, our second material was bubble wrap, our third material was cloth, fourth material was baking paper, And to add another one, we just want to click on the next box and type it in, which was surfboard wax. You'll see that it's popped up. Now the next thing we want to do is start adding our information that we have recorded. So our wood was at 13 centimeters. Our bubble wrap was at 50 centimeters. Our cloth was at 24 centimeters. Our baking paper was at 10 centimeters, and surfboard wax was at 30 centimeters. And your graphs might be a little bit different depending how your experiments went, but roughly you should be getting something very similar to what I have in my graph. So once you've added that, click out of the box and voila, you have a graph that has your information, easy to read and interpret. But there is something missing. We don't know what the columns are representing. So we want to add something called a legend. So to do this, we just click on the box once more and move across to our chart tab. Move down to our chart options and select the legend box. And you'll see that it has come up there. So we want to make this graph nice and pretty. So we want to just select the legend and move it down to the bottom so it's in line with the surface material. Once you've done that, you have completed making your graph. And congratulations, Year 4. You've created a nice, pretty graph ready to present.